Welcome to episode 44 of the Delta Panthers Pod. I'm Mark Cantor, and it was another busy week at Delta High School, so let's get started. Cross country ran at Schweitzer Lake on Friday. Girls finished 7th, with the best finisher being Matea Bean, who finished 29th. The boys were 8th, with their best finisher being Grady Hellman, who finished 10th. The team had a quick turnaround, running again at Moffat County yesterday. The girls finished 7th, with Matea Bean again being Delta's best finisher, taking 24th. The boys finished 10th, with their best finisher once again being Grady Hellman, who finished 11th. Cross country hosts Panther Fest on Friday at Lions Park. Football traveled to Alamosa on Friday for the second game of their road game gauntlet. Here's what head coach Jesse Kendig had to say before the game.
Jesse, the long road trip last week didn't hurt you at all. It's the third blowout in a row, third running clock in a row. What have you learned here over this stretch of the three blowout games?
You know, we're learning that we can get better, and we're learning that we're finding our identity both offensively and defensively. And the name of the game has been patience, and we're giving these young kids opportunities and not quitting on them and giving them opportunities. So this week we've had a really great week of practice. I think they're starting to settle in to understand what their DC wants, what their OC wants, and so the name of the game has been patience, and then I think, building self-esteem. When you get 40 pointed out of the gate, it's hard to build that self-esteem up. And so their swag's pretty high right now, and they understand what they got to do. They understand the teams are only going to get better and better and better, but we've found our identity.
So this will be the second week of the road trip gauntlet, which is what I'm calling it. We had a long road trip last week. We've got a long road trip this week, and we've got another fairly long road trip next week. How are you using the trips, the bus rides to form some camaraderie and chemistry with this team?
Because it's such a young team, we've had little time around them. So being able to understand, have these personal conversations with these younger kids of what they find fun and what they do with their hobbies, and do you do anything? We're finding out that they're not necessarily football guys. I'm like, hey, did you watch football this weekend? No. I'm like, oh my God. So, we're just learning about one another, and we're learning that what the grind feels like. A lot of these kids have never been to these parts of the world. People have never seen Wyoming in their life, and a lot of kids have never been to Alamosa, so they're just getting to experience that, and we're learning a lot on the bus and having a blast doing it. So
the team's 3-1 now, and you had mentioned you're trying to form that identity. What do you think the identity of this team is?
It's the same as it's always been, but maybe with a little more like razzle-dazzle, if I will. We just don't have that O-line that just can come right at people and say, hey, this is what we're running, but you can't do anything about it. So formationally, there's a little bit more trickery involved. There's a little more, like I said, razzle-dazzle, as Coach Jay likes to call it. But we still run the ball to set up the pass, and Jet's throwing the ball really well. And then defensively, it's just getting pressure. It's just creating chaos in the backfield. We've got a pretty good secondary, so they can hold on for a little bit if we can get there in a timely manner. So putting these kids in the spots where they're the most successful and thinking less and acting more has just been the name of the game.
Got Alamosa this week. They're a perennial playoff contender. Mm-hmm. As such, we normally have them at our place in the playoffs. This is the first time in a while that we've actually played them at their home stadium. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've never broadcast from their stadium, so that just tells you how many times we've played them here at home. So what are you expecting from this game?
It's going to be a great game. There's the last time I was there would have been, we called it the miracle kick. Kulamu kicked like a 40 or maybe even a 30-yarder to win it, and we got on the bus and never wanted to see that place ever again. So here we are. They're going to be ready for us. We've knocked them out. This is the 5th year in a row we're going to see them. We've knocked them out of the playoffs, 3 of those. Last year we just beat them. So there's no welcome there. They're going to be ready and rocking and rolling, and I know they're going to be ready for us, and we have that piece where we feel we don't lose to Alamosa, and we're going to just continue that mindset and move into doing that, and I don't care where we play, and we're just going to do what we do. So
I know there's going to be a lot of trash talk, especially on their part, and what have you told the boys to just keep that out of their heads?
we want that for them. I told them, I'm like, when you start doing what we do, they will start to unravel, and you just have to take that as a sign that you're doing things right. And so use it as motivation, mute yourself, let your actions do their words. And it's going to be a little hostile for them. And so it's going to be great for some of these young kids. It'll be a little eye-opening at first, and some of these guys that haven't seen that piece, but I'm excited. And when I get excited, they get excited. So as long as I can keep that tone, we'll be good.
So this is the last game of the non-conference schedule. We start league play next week. How important is this game in that aspect to prepare to get us ready to go into league?
It's huge. We're happy to be 3-1. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want to take any credit from these boys, but the three teams that we've beat at this point have not necessarily been high quality teams. So I don't like saying that, but it's been the truth. And so this is a great test for us. I think this could be a playoff team, and with our RPI the way that it is, we have to win every game, and we can't treat any game like it doesn't matter. So this will be a great launching point into Basalt. That'll be a hostile environment too. I believe it's their homecoming. So this will be, we traveled far. Now we're going to play a little bit better team. Then we'll play a little bit better team. So it's just the next step. And that's been kind of the theme this year is the next step for this group.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Panthers racked up over 300 rushing yards en route to a 48-14 victory. The boys traveled to Basalt to start league play and finish the 3-game road stretch on Friday. Pre-game coverage on the Delta Panthers broadcast network will start at 6:40 p.m. Boys soccer tied Aspen 1-1 Thursday with Caden Corral scoring Delta's lone goal. They play at Roaring Fork on Tuesday. Softball hosted Cedar Ridge in a big league matchup on Tuesday. I spoke with head coach Jenna Sutliff before the game.
Jenna, we should have had 2 games to evaluate before playing Cedar Ridge today, but how does that affect what you do as a coach and the team overall?
It just changes what we do at practice. So instead of having a pregame and 2 games, we had a working day, what we call on Tuesday. And so we hit the ground running with a lot of fundamentals, a lot of reps. Girls are getting hundreds of balls hit at them. We're taking hundreds of swings. It's really a good day to condition us and get us back on track, but just have that working day to get ready for today's game against Cedar Ridge.
How has the leadership on this team been so important to your success, whether it's the seniors or other people stepping up and being vocal?
I've been a part of a lot of teams, and this is the most unique leadership style I've ever seen. Every practice, every game, it's kind of a new kid, which is awesome. I think it just shows that I have a lot of good kids, but I have a lot of kids that are stepping up into different roles each day, which is really awesome to see.
Cedar Ridge is right behind you in the league standings. Their one loss actually came against us a few weeks ago at their place. This game is obviously super important. What have you told the girls about this game?
Just play our softball. We've prepared. We had a working day. All of our little mishaps that happened in the beginning of their year are seeming to kind of come together a little bit. We're not having our base running errors. We're being able to execute a little bit more when there's ducks on the pond, and trying not to over emotionalize the game. Just play our game and know that we're good enough to win the game.
Speaking of errors, the girls have kept the defensive errors to a minimum as well, and I'm sure that's really helped also. You've got a loaded back end of your schedule, obviously a lot of bigger non-conference schools. Was that by design?
Yes, it was. I mean, it's to get us prepared for regionals. That's in 3 weeks, and get those tougher teams in so we can see how we compare and see what we can tweak and kind of freshen up before we go into postseason.
And obviously it's a one-game-at-a-time mentality, but you are looking at the postseason. What have you told the girls about this strong push here at the end to maybe host a regional?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. You have to climb the ladder at the right time, and who's ever at the top, it's rewarding. And so we're talking about just climbing the ladder and getting better and better every single game so that hopefully we get to host region, and if we don't, we'll go in and upset someone in their own home. We talk about it a lot. We're not scared of postseason. We're not scared of travel. We're used to it. So yeah, we're talking about kind of what to expect and where to expect it, and have that chip on your shoulder.
Sounds good. Good luck against Cedar Ridge.
Thank you.
The girls were held to just 4 hits in the 12-2 loss, 2 by Izzy Harrison and 1 each by Jaslyn Naranjo and Sophia Sinicki. with Sophia's being a triple. Softball has a busy week upcoming with a doubleheader at Basalt tomorrow, hosting Cortez on Tuesday, then traveling to Rifle on Thursday. Coverage of the game against Cortez will be on the Delta Panthers broadcast network, with pregame starting at 1:40 p.m. Volleyball won their first set of the season Thursday, but ultimately lost to Summit 3-1. They travel to Rifle on Tuesday, then battle Mountain on Saturday. This week's Student Spotlight is on a pair of golfers as the golf team has wrapped up their regular season. Here's Grady Hellman and Trace Madison.
Grady, Trace, thanks for chatting with me today. You guys just finished up the regular golf season, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Grady, we'll start with you. How long you been golfing, and how'd your season go?
I started golf probably the summer before my freshman year, and I've been playing since. My golf season started a little rough, but then it got better throughout the season, and I only missed state by like an average of 1 stroke. So.
Okay, very good. How about you, Trace?
I've had a golf club in my hand since I can remember, like 7 years old. It wasn't until freshman year that I actually started putting some money into it, putting some effort into it, and trying. My season went pretty well, better than I expected. We're still waiting for the call of if I made state or not. It's not in my hands anymore. Our season's over. A couple kids have a couple more tournaments to try to knock me out, but it's just all up to them from there.
Gotcha. So, you guys obviously start your season pretty early,
Yes.
before school starts, toward the beginning of August. What's that like starting so far before you're actually going to classes and interacting with other students and stuff like that, Trace?
I like it. I enjoy it because I can still work throughout the day and then just enjoy practice after and not have to deal with school and homework so early. And because with sports, you can definitely get behind in school, so it helps starting earlier.
Kind of eliminates some of the other stressors
Yes.
that come along with being a student athlete, for sure. Now, do you guys play? I know you play basketball, Grady.
Yeah.
Do you play any other sports or?
Yes.
Okay,
I play baseball.
Baseball.
Yes.
Okay. So, Grady, how does playing golf in the fall help prepare you or help you with playing basketball and other sports?
Probably the missing school aspect, because you miss so much school in the fall. Then come like the spring and winter, it's a lot easier to stay caught up.
So you kind of develop a routine,
Yeah.
early, is what you're saying. Very good, very good. So you're both juniors, correct? Yeah. Have you started looking ahead at what you want to do after high school? Does that even come to mind, Grady?
I've kind of looked into the architect field after school, but that's about it.
Okay, very cool. What about you, Trace?
I've had some thought to it. I don't know if college is in the play yet, but definitely been on the mind a little bit.
Okay, very good, very good. So, Trace, who were some of your favorite teachers or maybe some teachers that have influenced you along the way?
Definitely Mr. Kimber. He's been a big help. And then same with Mr. Sheen and Mr. Ryer, being the baseball coaches. They're always involved in the other sports and always asking questions about how the season's going.
Very good. How about you, Grady?
Mr. Kimber and Mr. Ryer and Mr. Sheen, obviously, as they're my coaches. Same with Mr. Ham. And also Mr. Mitchell, because he's the JV coach. Well, the junior mints is what he calls it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just will come by and help randomly sometimes, and I just think he's very helpful.
Yeah, Mr. Mitchell likes being involved. I know that
Yeah.
for sure. So, what are some of the things you like to do outside of school and sports, Grady?
I like to go fishing quite a bit, and then hunting in the fall.
Okay, very good, very good. What's the biggest thing you've ever killed?
Probably bull elk.
Very good, very good. How about you, Trace?
I like to fish outside during rodeos. During the summers, I like to rodeo a lot. I'm pretty big into that, but it's hard during the school year just with all the sports.
What events do you compete in
Team
rodeo?
roping.
Very cool.
Yes.
Nice, very good. Well, I appreciate you guys talking with me. I wish you luck throughout the rest of the school year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Time for the announcements. The Delta Panther Pride Marching Band finished second at the Colorado West Marching Band competition in Grand Junction yesterday. They will now prepare for regionals on October 16th. Congratulations to McDonald's Students of the Month, freshmen Hayden Quintero and Charlie Holst, sophomores Cody Brack and Anna Jones, juniors Brylan Wilson and Sakano Wright, and seniors Jet Ryan and Abigail Bloom. Congrats also to Athletes of the Month, Grady Hellman and Maddie Zimiski. That about covers it for this week. The Delta Panthers Pod is a presentation of Mad Canner Productions and sponsored by Elevate, A&M Creations, AmeriCar Auto Parts, Delta Ace Hardware, Delta Cabinet Company, Delta County School District, Hellman Motor Company, Jerry Ryer State Farm Insurance, Quickie Tire Service, Taco Time, The Sunflower Room, and Yost Family Dentistry. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you all next week.